Today we're diving into Adam. This is a morning routine so simple that you're actually gonna do it. There's no complicated 27-step process here. This is a flexible framework that you can completely make your own. One that helps you tap into your potential every single day. But before I get into the details, would it be all right if I just share this story that completely changed how I think about almost everything? I call it the pink elephant story. So about 10 years ago, me and my buddy Jordan were coaching this 12-year-old travel baseball team. We started the season absolutely crushing it. I think we won 9 or 10 games straight. Then suddenly we hit this brutal hitting slump. And if you know anything about baseball or softball, well, hitting, it's contagious, both when it's going well and when it's not. And we were completely allergic to the ball. So we lost 5 or 6 games in a row heading into the biggest tournament of the season. So I picked up the phone, I called another friend who was coaching at the college and pro levels. And I just explained what was happening with our 12-year-olds. And he asked me, Greg, have you ever heard the story about the pink elephant? I said, no, can't say that I have. He told me that at the beginning of spring training almost every year, he gathers his players up and he reminds them of a very simple truth. What we focus on expands. So he asked them to close their eyes, and I'm gonna ask you to do the same thing right now. So close your eyes and imagine yourself sitting in your living room watching TV. So you're on the couch, just chilling. Now, no matter what, don't think of a pink elephant walking through your front door. Don't even think of a little baby, cute pink elephant sitting on the couch next to you, okay? Now open your eyes. Did you see that elephant in your house? Well, if you're like most people, you saw exactly what I told you not to see. That's because the brain doesn't really process the don't part. It just latches onto the image. He explained that the brain can't actually differentiate between positive and negative thoughts. It just brings whatever we're thinking about into reality, good or bad. So he told me what was going through our players' heads was probably stuff like, don't strike out, or don't pop out, don't ground out. They were focusing on what they didn't want to happen. So his advice was simple. He said, tell them to completely wipe away those thoughts. The only thought they need when walking to the plate is hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball. Because if you're telling yourself not to strike out, guess what's probably gonna happen? You're probably gonna strike out. But if you focus on just hitting the ball, what you actually want to happen, there's a good chance that your mind is gonna make your body make that happen. And this applies to everything in life. What we focus on expands, it grows, it becomes our reality. And you know what happened with that baseball team? Well, we won the tournament. And you know what's gonna happen to you if you start each day right? You're gonna win at the game called life. So how do we do that? Well, we just get up and at 'em. So the A stands for activate. It's all about jolting our body out of sleep mode. We're gonna catch some early sunlight. We're gonna knock out a few push-ups. We're gonna do some air squats. Maybe we do some breath work. When we activate our body, it jumpstarts our metabolism. It literally turns it on. It's gonna trigger all these powerful responses throughout our entire system. And then next is D for drink. And I'm talking water, not coffee. So while we sleep, our body loses fluids through breathing and sweating. And replenishing these fluids first thing is crucial. It's gonna help burn fat and literally will help turn the brain back on. So just 10 ounces of water within 10 minutes of waking up, then you can have your coffee, but never before. And then we move to A. A is appreciate. This is where we really live that idea that what we focus on expands. Instead of immediately thinking about all the problems waiting for us, focus on what's going right in your life. You're alive. You're doing H40. You have friends, family, this incredible planet, all these little things, all the big things. Some people just want to write this stuff down. They journal. And for others, it's just this daily thought. But starting your day with gratitude, you're going to set this positive tone that's going to reduce stress and just sets up for an amazing day. And then M stands for meditate. Now, meditation doesn't have to be this hour-long, complicated thing with incense and chanting. It's simply a practice of grounding yourself, of cleaning the mental clutter and focusing on the present moment. One super easy approach is what we call sensory meditation. So just take a few moments to really notice the sounds, the smells, the sensations around you. And this is really gonna help reduce anxiety. It's gonna improve focus and just give you this sense of calm that's gonna carry the rest of your day. So together, these 4 elements create a rhythm, a daily ritual that not only optimizes your physical health, but it also builds this resilient mental framework. The whole thing could take around 10 minutes on average, maybe even a little bit less. And if you're somebody who really gets into meditation, maybe a little bit longer. For me personally, it just takes around 10 to 15 minutes of my day. And that's why over the next couple of days, I'm super excited to really share the science behind Atom. It's so simple that you're actually going to do it, and it's going to be the foundation for everything else in H40. When you start your day right, everything else falls into place. So get ready to get up and Atom from here on out.